Hi, this is the real Tom Rose, and we're solving an ACT math problem that is an approximation problem. And there's two huge clues that we're dealing with an approximation problem, three huge clues. One of them is it says approximately. So they're indicating that the answer choices themselves are not exact. So you should not spend any time getting the exact answer because you won't even find it in the answer choices. Another clue that this is an approximate question is it has ridiculous computation in it. So 6.83 squared, for example, is the kind of thing you probably don't ever want to manually calculate ever in your entire life. And nor would you want to do it on the ACT. So don't plan to do that. And then also look at the answer choices. Notice that these are pretty far apart. So these are off by a factor of 5, off by a factor of 10. These are really spread out. So we don't need to get the correct answer super accurately. We just need to be, within a 2x multiplier of the correct answer, and we'll be able to pick the right one. So what I'm going to do is actually take this expression, and I'm going to substitute in some simple approximations for these things. So instead of pi, I'm actually going to just approximate that to be 3. And instead of root 2, let's call that 1.4. Some of these things I have memorized. So root 2 I have memorized is 1.4, and you may want to memorize that. 2.17, let's just call that 2. And let's divide this by, so 6.83 squared, let's call that 7 squared. And let's call this, instead of 1.07, let's call it 1 squared. So this is then equal to, let's see, 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 1.4 is, it's about 9. So I'm actually calling this, I'm saying let's rewrite this to be 1.5. 6 times 1.5 is 9. Divide that by 49 plus 1. So this is 9 over 50. 9 over 50 is almost, I'm going to approximate this even more. Let's call this 10 over 50, which is equal to 0.2. Now I calculate this all the way to a decimal because that's what the answer choices are. And what you can see actually is that it happened, this is lucky, that our decimal happened to come out exactly as one of the answer choices. So 2 is what we're going to pick as the correct answer. That does not always occur. Suppose we had done some estimation and we had gotten 0.5. So something that's close to 0.2 but off by a factor of 2 even. With 0.5 I would still pick the answer choice 0.2 because that's the closest thing we have. So feel free to make some estimation, make your calculations easy, make things easy for yourself, and pick the best answer.